Alright guys, I am live. YouTube says I'm live, so I must be live, right? Internet never lies. Welcome in, welcome in. Lies. This is a little live show I do every weekend, hanging with Dave. Today we actually have a few topics we're going to talk about in the computer hardware as far as tech goes. This is a tech show, if you ain't aware. Now sometimes we do topics, sometimes I do some streaming the gameplay, other times we just do Q&A. You know, Q&A is always a part of it, you know, that's kind of why I started the live stream, was for you guys to have a chance, you know, the community to have a chance to come in and hang out with me. It's also how I came up with the name of the live stream. There's a few disclaimers that I throw out every week. Number one, I do have me a cold Budweiser while I do this, so cheers to y'all. I hope this Saturday's finding you well and everything's going good for you. Number two, I am a truck driver by trade, so you may hear some foul language from time to time. I try to keep it to a bare minimum, but it does happen. Unfortunately, it does slip out. You know, if the drinking or the cussing bothers you too bad, maybe this ain't the right stream for you. Just throw it up front that it does happen. When it comes to questions and comments, you know, I ain't very good with the English language, so when it comes to these YouTube handles, if I butcher them too bad, I'll apologize up front. You know, you'll have to overlook me or you'll be mad at me for a long time, one way or the other. What else is there? I don't think I have any this week. But I do a lot of overclocking videos. And, you know, I get people that ask me, you know, hey, I got these certain components and this and that, you know, what number should I type in to get the best overclock out of it and this and that. I don't know. That's the fun of overclocking, is to see what you can get out of your components. Even if I had the exact same components that you do, which I most likely don't, you know, they're going to overclock differently. So, you know, but I do try to help you guys out as much as I can. So there is that. Today we're going to be talking about some leaks and some rumors going around. We have the Ryzen 7 5700G and the 5800G, which is the new APUs coming out. There is some leaks about a 3050 and 3050 Ti that's coming out that has ray tracing. You know, yay, some more graphics card that they're going to say it costs $200 and you're going to be paying $800 if you want to get one, if you can even get a hold of one. Boy, that's real exciting, ain't it? But, you know, they're trying, you know, they keep throwing more graphics cards out there. Hopefully they get this stuff fixed up. After we go through the articles, we'll go down through the comments and questions that was left on the video for the past weeks. Like I said, I'll answer them the best that I can. You know, even the overclocking ones, you know, I really can't answer them correctly for you, but I will try the best that I can. And then we'll go into a little bit of what you can expect out of the channel and what's coming up on the channel. Today's kind of a special live stream for me, but we'll get into that after the Q&A, so you have to hang around for that one. I think I done did my disclaimers pretty good for the week. So we'll flip you over here and we'll start out with the Ryzen 7 5700 and 5800Gs, which is the new APUs that's supposed to be coming out from AMD. Take it with a grain of salt. These are leaks. These are rumored. There is no evidence or no proof from AMD or even NVIDIA for the GPUs that these cards or CPUs actually exist. These are kind of leaks. They are coming from wccftech this week. The links for the articles I'm going to be going over will be in the description below if you'd like to actually go read them for yourself. I think I got them down there in the description already, I believe. Yeah, I've already got them listed down below. They're already in the description. So let's flip you guys over here. Oh, excuse me. And we will go through these. First we'll get rid of this self-advertisement. It's been long enough for that. It's enough of that. And like I mentioned, this is from wccftech. This is a leak from March the 18th, which was 2 days ago. AMD Ryzen 7 5700G 8-core desktop APU benchmarks with 4.8 GHz overclock. Comes close to the Ryzen 9 5900X in single-core performance. I guess the way you pronounce that would be Shenzhen, I guess, C-E-Z-A-N-N-E, Shenzhen, I guess. Boy, I won't pronounce it anyway. But these are 8-core variants, 8-core, 16 threads. They do look pretty promising if they do come to list. If they do come to par, because I know we're all waiting on the 4000 variants, and we never seen none of them. So, you know, them all went just through integrators, and they was pretty hard to find on the market, or at least here in the U.S. they was hard to find on the market. But here are some of the specs that we got. There's some of the screenshots that they shared. Well, that takes you right to the thread. But AMD Ryzen socket AM4, 4,798 megahertz, which would be 4.78 gigahertz. That kind of verifies the speed of it, you know. And of course, this is what the guy got while he was running the test. Where he got these CPUs from, I'm not too sure of. But they are getting up and matching up with the 5900X, or right below the 5900X. I mean, if there's a Cinebench 20 scores, 589, where the 5900X is reading 629. I believe that is single core. Yeah, that is single core performance, but that's pretty good for an APU. I'm not too sure, but I believe they're going to have the regular graphics in them still yet. I don't think they've got any kind of uplift to the graphics. I kind of briefly read through this morning. Didn't get a whole lot read through it, but I believe they're going to still have the regular graphics like the last generation of APUs has got. You know, you get the 5800XG, which they says is not confirmed, but the Ryzen 7 5700G and the Ryzen 5 5300G are indeed real. And you know, then it goes into some of the score points and whatnot compared to the 5900X, like I just showed you. You know, it is awful close to what it's getting on the single core performance. You know, like these 4000G, like they mentioned down at the 4000G. Good luck on trying to get them on the individual market. You know, they was reserved for the system integrators. You know, the leaker suggests that the Chinese yen price for the ES chips will be around $300 US for the new APUs. You know, if we see them to come to pass, you know, like the 4000 series APUs, you know, they was sent out to system integrators, but you really couldn't buy them on the market unless someone bought a pre-built, ripped it apart, and sold the CPU out of. You know, I like to see these things come into existence, especially with the way GPU prices is, because, you know, then you're going to be able to build you an okay gaming system before the, you know, you can get one built and get you up and going before the GPU prices come back down in where they should be, which I'm hoping will be soon. So, we may be having some new processors. Of course, there ain't no pricing yet, really. There ain't no dates availability on these things. These are still rumors, so, you know, take it with a grain of salt. I've mentioned it before. You know, anything that comes from, that says leaks or anything like that, you definitely want to take it with a grain of salt. You know, but this is what we're looking at. You know, if you can get an APU with 8-core, 16 threads, pushing with 4.8 overclock, It's coming close to the 5900X single core performance. That's pretty good. They ought to be pretty viable APUs. Like I said, I didn't read nothing down through here of what kind of GPU that's going to be built in these things. So I'm assuming that they're going to be will probably be the Vega graphics that was on the 3200, 3400, 2200, 2400G. I'm going to assume that the graphics are going to probably be about the same. It'd be nice if they did up them graphics a little bit better, but you know, time will tell if these chips even come to existence, if you can ever buy one of them. There's some more of the screenshots that he shared. But yeah, so they may be on the horizon. We'll have to keep our eyes open and our ears to the ground, I guess, to see if they actually ever come through or not. And I guess we'll jump over here to the next article I pulled up for today, which I don't know. I kind of got mixed feelings on this next one. GTX NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 Ti features 2560, and RTX 3050 features 248 CUDA cores with Ampere GA107 GPU. Another GPU article. We do have some specs down through here listed. Now, like I said, these are still rumors. These are not been verified by NVIDIA, so these are leaks. Hold on a second, guys. Alright guys, sorry about that. That was a phone call I had to take. I normally don't do that very often, but we had to do that one today. But we do have some, well, it's supposed to be for the mobile GPU lineup anyways. We do have some specs to go over here for these GPUs. Where we at? There we are. Alright, we got the 3050 and the 3050 Ti. These first two columns right here is what you want to be looking at. The GA107, SMs is 16 and 20. The CUDA cores is 2048 and 2560. Base clock to be determined, boost clock to be determined. Memory clock is 12 gigabits, which matches with the 3060, 3070, 3080. Memory type is DDR6. These will only have 4 gigs of RAM compared to 6 and 8 and 8 and 16 on the 3060, 3070, 3080. It's only 128-bit bus compared to 192 or 256. The bandwidth is 192 compared to 288, 384, and 384. Questionable 50 watt and 60 watt. They are a Max Q, Max P. And they're assuming H1 of 2021, which the first half. Which, I don't know, this is already, what, March? So the first quarter is pretty well already over with. So if they're going to be coming out anytime soon, they may want to get them launching. There really ain't a whole lot to say about them, really. As a performance in OpenCL, the NVIDIA 3050 Ti is about as fast as the Radeon 5600 XT and the GeForce GTX 1080 Ti. The GeForce 3050 is about as fast as the GTX 1080. The non-Ti variant is also slightly faster than the GeForce GTX 1650 Super, which is what it replaces by the time of the launch. Also, This is just an OpenCL performance, and the Ampere architecture offers a huge increase in performance and OpenCL and Vulkan APIs. So advantage performance is DirectX titles would be slightly lower. And there's a little bit of a chart of how they line up. If you want to see the Geekbench performance benchmarks on them. I don't know. That's just another graphics card that I think that we ain't gonna be able to get our hands on. But like I said, this is mostly mobile. Most of the time they come out with mobile variants before they come out with desktop variants. Let's say the RTX 3050 Ti expected to be set at around 229 to 279 US, while the 3050 will cost slightly below the sub 200 US range. And everybody knows if you can't find one, you're going to be paying probably double that for it right now. That's just the way the market's going right now. So, you know, of course, they ain't no release date or nothing because NVIDIA there ain't nothing in this article that says NVIDIA even verifies that they're even coming out with these graphics cards. But these are a little bit of leaks. This is a little bit of what's coming up, hopefully. You know, you got the APUs from the AMD coming out, and then you have the 3050 and 3050 Ti. These, like I said, you know, these couple articles that caught my eye. Of course, the graphics card thing has been beat to death for quite a few months now. You know, I'm about tired of talking about GPUs because GPUs you can't never get your hands on. But that was a few articles that I found this morning while looking up some computer hardware articles. Gave me something to talk about this morning instead of doing gameplay or anything like that. Which I try to mix it up. I try to find articles every once in a while, and then I try to find gameplay to stream some gaming. I don't want to get too, you know, I started that because I wanted some kind of variety in the live streams. So this week we did do a couple articles. Hopefully you got a little bit of information out of it, or something to look forward to, or something for your hopes and dreams of being able to get a GPU. If the GPU's only got 4 gigs of RAM, though, I don't think miners will be wanting them. MT Coiner, $10 donation. Thank you, MT. Appreciate that, buddy. Have a wonderful day, Dave. I hope you are well. I am doing pretty well today, buddy. I want to thank you for that direct support. Appreciate it a lot, buddy. It means a lot to me. But if the 3050 Ti and the 3050 is only going to have 4 gigs of RAM, I think that's what it said, ain't it? They're only going to have 4 gigs of VRAM in them. Yeah, 4 gigs of VRAM. You may be able to get your hands on this. You know, they're looking to compete with the 1650, which is, you know, medium to high settings on the games at 1080p, which is what a lot of computer gamers go for, 1080p right now. You know, it's still the more prevalent of the resolution gamers go for anyways for right now. And only having 4 gigs of RAM, you know, you may actually be able to get a hold of one of these if they decide to launch them. But this is, you know, like I said, this is all rumors. This is leaks, you know, so I can't even guarantee these cards will be coming to pass. You know, you're looking at 5600 XT, you know, the 1650 Super, you know, which 1650 Super is what it'll be replacing. But, you know, if they do make them and they do actually put them out in production, you know, which 3050, that sounds reasonable to me with the way they've always did it in the past. You know, they've always started with the top 2 and worked their way down. They've already launched the 3060. So the 3050 and the 3050 Ti would be the next 2 variants in line for them to launch. So I don't see why not. And only having 4 gigs of RAM, you know, a lot of miners ain't going to be interested in them. So maybe this will be the next graphics card that gamers can actually get a hold of to play games with. You know, like I said, 1080p, you're probably looking at medium settings, high settings, depending on the title and what you want out of it. You know, it should be around the 1650 mark. So yeah, medium to high on 1080p. Maybe an alright thing. Blueberry Pie 157. Hello. Hello, Blueberry Pie. Glad you joined me this weekend, buddy. Glad to see you in chat. I hope everything's going well with you this weekend. But them was the two articles I had for this week. You know, we went over the Ryzen 7 5700G and the 5800G. We also went over the 3050 Ti and the 3050 there. I would like to own a 3050 Ti. Would just be a cool card to have around. Blueberry Pie, I have really important tests from Tuesday. I am so nervous. Yeah, I think a 3050 Ti would be an interesting card, especially for medium to high settings on 1080p. I think they're going to do pretty good if they do actually bring them to market, which I don't see why they wouldn't. Now, you know, like I said, you know, take it with a grain of salt. You know, wait for the bigger YouTubers and everybody get their hands on these cards and do their own testing with them. But, you know, I think it's going to be a great little card for 1080p. And Blueberry Pie, I wouldn't worry about that test, buddy. You seem to be a pretty smart guy. You seem to do a lot of studying. So I think you'll have that test on Tuesday pretty wrapped up. I don't think you have much to be too nervous about. I got faith in you. I hope you do well on it, though. You have to come back next Saturday and let me know how you did on that test. I'm going to say you're going to get an A. That's my prediction. Let's see if it comes true. But them are the two articles I had for today. We'll get into the questions and comments that's been left over the last couple of weeks here, or last week on the channel. There wasn't a whole lot. There is a little bit I need to talk about the channel coming up here in the next couple months or so. When we get done with these comments and questions and concerns. But I guess we'll throw you over here and we'll go through these questions and comments. I hate tests of all kinds. Yeah, tests can be a little bit nerve-wracking, you know, especially, well, like him, you know, he's in college or whatever, you know, he's looking at these tests to be able to pass his classes, to be able to do something better, you know, so he probably is pretty nervous about them. I never did well with tests either. Probably why I never finished my college education that I started. We'll flip you over here and go through the questions and comments at this time, and see how bad people cuss me in the comments here. But I want to thank y'all up front for watching the videos, for the support of watching the videos and leaving the questions and the comments and concerns. You know, that's kind of what makes the live show happen. Also, you know, for the likes and the shares, and like MT Coiner, he's pretty good about every weekend coming and giving me direct support through Super Chat. I really appreciate all that. You know, just you guys watching the videos and sitting through the skip of commercials makes a little bit of money for the channel, which I really appreciate. You know, you guys just watching them and liking them and sharing them with your friends or anybody you run across that may find use in my videos. You know, I want to thank y'all for the support. Appreciate it. So let's flip you guys over here and get through these questions and comments here. There we go. Alright, 6 days ago. Should be 7 days ago because it was last week's stream. Just checking up, just catching up. Mother's Day weekend here. So been out visiting. And that was Massacre 1878 on last week's live stream. Well, Maxter, if you're in the house, appreciate the comment, buddy. I hope you got your visiting done. I hope you got to see your parents and the mother or whoever you're with or whatnot. I hope your visiting did good last weekend for you. We have, I guess that's supposed to be a funny way of spelling frost, I guess. How to overclock your Ryzen 5 3600 on the B550MA Wi-Fi motherboard. He says, thank you so much. Got yourself a new sub. Well, thanks for subbing. Welcome to the community. Appreciate that. I always like seeing the community grow. I'm glad y'all is finding interest in my videos being helpful to you guys. I hope you enjoy being a member of the community. We have Shadow Ninja 6099 6 days ago. How to overclock your RAM on the Gigabyte B450M DS3H motherboard. Says, oh my God, this was so insanely helpful. Thank you so much. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome very much. We got ZDY 3 days ago on the Gigabyte B450M DS3H motherboard. Did I brick my motherboard? Didn't brick it, but legit, the board won't let me touch RAM settings. I have tried 3 sticks with micro E die, Samsung B die, and Hynix die. Basically, the XMP and OC are even losing the timings. Change anything set other than whatever default is decided to by automatic. If I touch any settings, whether it's adding for misusing, it will try to run the setting twice and fail and revert back to the default. Well, that's common. That's a default in the motherboard to do that. This is a newer BIOS that supports Zen 2 as well, although I am using a Zen 2600, aka Zen Plus. I'd say you got a bad motherboard. If it ain't supporting XMP, it won't let you touch any of the RAM settings. I'm going to say you got a bad motherboard. I don't think it'd be your dies. Your RAM sticks, you said you tried 3 different styles of, 3 different kinds of sticks of RAM. I'd say you got a bad motherboard. That'd be my best. That'd be my best guess. Be the bad motherboard. You know, if you bought it new, you know, I'd send it back, get an RMA on it. That'd be my thought. He also came back later on how to overclock your RAM on that motherboard on the B450M. Legit, the board won't run any different RAM settings other than the default. Tried 3 sticks of micro E die, Samsung D, Hydro pack, but I noticed the XMP runs if I only put in 1 8 gig stick single channel instead of 2 8 gig dual channel, when it can only use the default to detect no matter what I change or do. Basically, I can't XMP or OC or even loosen the timings or change anything other than the whatever default is decided automatically. If I touch any settings, whether it's adding or minusing, it will try to set the settings twice and fail and revert back to the default. This is the newer BIOS of the support Zen 2 as well, although I am using a Ryzen 2600 aka Zen Plus. Yeah, pretty well you just put the same thing on there or close to it. And again, I'm going to say you got a bad motherboard. If you try 3 different sets of RAM, it's going to be a motherboard's bad. If it's a new motherboard, I'd send it in for an RMA. Because your motherboard shouldn't be doing it. Alright, next we have Hop Along Doodah. It will not upgrade to 10 gig NIC. It has 2 PCI 3.0 times 1, and to get 10 gigabit requires a 4 times 4. Okay, it's something that was on the Asus Prime B550MA Wi-Fi motherboard. Unboxing and overview. That was you know, that's something to keep in mind. If you're looking to upgrade it to a 10 gig NIC or something like that, you know, you need to make sure the motherboard that you supply or you buy is going to fit what your needs is. You know, if you know that you're going to want a 10 gig NIC that requires a 4.0 slot, you know, you need to make sure you buy a motherboard that will support that. And it's got the 4 gigabyte times 4 PCI Express slot to plug it into. But that is something good to keep in mind if you're going to be buying that motherboard, if you're looking to buy that motherboard. That does only run 3.0 times 1 instead of 4.0 times 1. You know, which, I don't know, right now I don't even have 1 gigabit internet connection, let alone 10 gigabit. But that'd be something to keep in mind if you're buying that motherboard. Let's see, who else do we got here? We have Menorah, I guess the way you pronounce that, 2 days ago. How to overclock your RAM on the Gigabyte B450M DS3H motherboard. Why does this video even have dislikes? Anyway, the video was very helpful for me. And will you welcome your new subscriber? Yes, I will. Welcome in. Glad you joined the community. Glad you decided to hit that subscribe button. Hopefully you turn on that notification bell. And I will definitely welcome any and all new subscribers to the channel. Appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Appreciate the new sub. Means a lot to me. And why it has dislikes? Some people's picky. That's all I can say about that. We have Yoda Buddha on overclocking the Ryzen 5 3600 on the Asus B550MA Wi-Fi motherboard with an AIO, which was last week's video. I have been looking forward to this one, and will be watching it several times. Thanks. You're welcome. I hope I give you an idea how to get that best performance out of that 3600. Let's see here. Who else do we got? We have BS Fat Boy. Bullshit Fat Boy, I guess. That's the way I'll call him. Should you overclock the Ryzen 5 3600 with the Wraith Stealth Cooler? Looking into getting the 3600, was wondering exactly this. Thanks for answering my question. Well, you're welcome. And to answer your question, if you're going to be overclocking the 3600, or if you wanted the turbo boost with precision boost overdrive, you need a little bit better cooler than what comes with it. I mean, that stock cooler will handle it at stock settings, but it'll also kind of slow you down at the same time. Which I'll get into that here in a little bit. But PBO, it goes off of temperature and voltage control. And if you have a little bit more headroom on your temperatures, it'll actually boost a little bit higher. Let's see here. Next, we have Turgeon Lenny, I guess. ViewSonic V2758 SMH unboxing and overview. How do you judge this screen? I actually still have it. If you look behind me here, hold on a second. Right back here behind the test bench, it's got the side panels on it. There's actually the screen still setting. I still use that panel for my 1080p testing when I run 1080p graphics cards and whatnot. The screen's holding up great. I don't use it as an everyday driver. I do have 2 of the 4K monitors that I use now. But it does do pretty good. It does, it seems to be holding up well. You know, I've had quite a few different computers hooked up to it. You know, if I got a system that I need an external display with or whatever, to run tests with or whatever, I use it instead of hooking up to my main system monitors. You know, and I've said it before in my other videos, you know, in the tech industry, you pay for what you get for. You know, you get what you pay for, you know, and it is a little bit of a cheaper monitor, even if it is a 1080p 60 hertz monitor, it's still one of the cheaper ones out there. But it does a wonderful job for the price that you pay for it. You know, if you're looking at 60 hertz 1080p, I don't think you can go wrong with that ViewSonic monitor. it does me well for what I do with it. Let's see here. What's next here? What else do we got? We have memes. He says, nice. And that was on overclocking the Ryzen 5 3600 with the A6B550MA Wi-Fi motherboard. And I think that's going to be it for this week. I hope you got some helpful information out of overclocking that 3600 on that motherboard with the AIO. But that's kind of do it up for this week. That's the kind of comments and questions we had this week. As far as the channel goes, the channel's growing pretty good. Let me see here. Last 7 days, we've had 14 new subscribers, 14 new community members this week. Welcome in. Glad you decided to join the community and hang out with us. And hopefully you found some information that was useful in some of my videos. Like every week, I did begin comments. I want to do it again. I want to thank y'all for the support. I want to thank y'all for watching the videos, the likes, the shares, the direct support, like MT Coiner does every weekend pretty much. And it really means a lot to me. When I started the channel, I didn't know if anybody'd ever be interested in what I have to say or watching an old man like me. Which kind of brings me up to my next topic. How old do you guys in chat think I really am? And there's a particular reason why I'm asking that question. But throw it over there in chat, or throw it in the comments how old you think I actually am at this point. If you're watching the replay of this, I don't hide it. I've been around computers for quite some time. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. But there is a reason why I bring that topic up. I've had in the past a few people ask about PBO, or Precision Boost Overdrive, on it's automatic overclocking for the Ryzen processor, pretty much what it is. And I think I finally thought of a way how to show this. And the test bench, if you watched last week's video, there's a way you can go in and disable your Precision Boost Overdrive with a PBO. So this week's video coming up is going to be on the PBO and what it actually does for your system compared to running it without it turned on. Some motherboards have this turned on automatically. Some motherboards you'll have to literally go in and do it as well. You have to go into your BIOS and actually turn on PBO, but a lot of them have it enabled automatically out of the box. But this week's video, I haven't had really a whole lot of time to go in and do any filming this morning. But that will be coming up on the channel this week. PBO and the performance boost that it actually gives you what it would. If you don't know what Precision Boost PBO is, it's like I said, it is. Let's see here. Let's pull up a CPU here, and this is going to be the one I'm going to be using in the example for the video. I like Newegg. I like the way they say it. We'll flip you guys over here. See how it says the Ryzen 5 3600 6-core 3.6 gigahertz 4.2 gigahertz max boost. Okay, normally the CPU would run at 3.6 gigahertz. The 4.2 gigahertz max boost is because of the PBO, or what they call Precision Boost Overdrive for overclocking. It's an automatic overclocking utensil or tool that AMD has gotten in the processors. And basically that's all it is. It just automatically overclocks it'll overclock it to that 4.2. If you have enough cooling capacity and enough voltage, it will hit that 4.2 on certain cores at certain times when really needed, to give you the max performance out of it. Like I said, most motherboards, you can go in and disable or enable this thing, which is PBO. So this week's video, I'm going to go and show you what the differences is. I will be using the test bench right there behind me. That's the same one I used for last week's video. You know, to show you what the difference is with it on and with it off. You know, it's going to be this week's video. I still have the mini RTX build coming up on the channel. I'll be running down through the test with it. Actually, I still have the motherboard right here beside me. I haven't even done nothing with it since I did the unboxing of it. Let's see if I can get that in frame for you. Right there. The B5, the B450i Aorus Pro Wi-Fi. That'll be the motherboard going into that, whoops. Going into that small form factor build coming up on the channel. Of course, I'll run down through the RAM overclocking and the CPU overclocking, and we'll also be doing some testing on it because I'll be putting the 2700 Ryzen 7 2700 in that system. I'll be putting the RX 580 in that system with the 8 gigs of RAM. We'll do some testing on it. Yeah, they're older components, but right now with the way components is, it's hard to get my hands on anything new, you know. I'm just like you guys, you know, I got paid for everything out of pocket. So yeah, that is coming up on the channel. You know, there's quite a few videos I've already got planned out. And I plan on getting done as soon as I can and getting them upgraded as soon as I can. If you guys haven't been able to tell, my phone's been going kind of crazy this morning since I started the live stream. And why I asked you about how old you guys thought I was. Today's actually my birthday. Happy B-Day, Dave, right? March the 20th of 1975 was when my mama hatched me. I mean, spit me out. I mean, gave birth to me. Yeah, so, yeah, today's my birthday. Today I turned 46 years of youngness. I don't like saying old, because I am old. Well, you know, once you get to a certain point, you know, you want to try to reverse time. So I'm 46 years young today. Which, I don't know, maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing. But it is what it is. You know. So it kind of makes today kind of a special thing for me, I guess. Or should, I guess. If I don't, if I want to admit it or not, it should be a special thing to me. You know, about the only thing that's going to happen today is, my fiance, she's going to treat me to Red Lobster today for dinner. You know, that's about it for my birthday. You know, I might have a few extra Budweisers today. Massacre 1878, how you doing, buddy? Hey, Dave and chat, hope you are all well. I was doing pretty good, Maxter. Glad you could stop in and join me for the day. At least stop by and say hi today. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, today I turned a whole 46 years young today. You know, for celebrations, you know, me and the fiance going to the Red Lobster and have dinner here in a little bit. Sometime when she gets back, we gotta go get her car. It was in the repair shop this morning. Ashton Dixon. All right on time to wish you a very happy B-Day, my man. Well, thank you, Aspen. Appreciate that. You know, we're going to, you know, I gotta go take the fiance when she gets back. She's actually out doing some shopping and some other stuff right now. Go get her car, then we're gonna go have dinner. You know, Maxter 1878, happy birthday, mate. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. And then we're gonna go have dinner at Red Lobster or whatever, you know, for my birthday and whatnot. You know, I said that, you know, this week coming up, you know, I've decided to do the video for the PBO, the Precision Boost Overdrive for AMD automatic overclocking. I think I came up with a way to show you the difference between with it on and with it off. Kind of show you what kind of performance it actually gives you out of the box. If you ain't gonna buy aftermarket air cooling or water cooling for your system for your AMD Ryzen processors, Aspen Dixon, have a good one. You too, Aspen. Thank you for stopping in, buddy. Appreciate you stopping by at least. Thank you. Appreciate it. But if you ain't gonna really be buying an aftermarket heatsink or any kind of AIO or something like that for your system, is it really going to be worth the money to overclock your system or not? Or is PBO going to be quite enough for that? You know, and using stock heatsinks, from what I can tell, you know, they'll do the job if you're running stock. But if you're going to do any kind of overclocking, you need to do better than just the stock heatsink is. You know, especially with like the 3600. But like I showed you, you know, at 3.6, what's going to hit it boost, or hit it out of the box, it'll hit up to 4.2 if the conditions is right. And that is part of PBO. And the motherboard that's in the test bench back there, it's got the option to turn this off or turn this on. So that'd be you know, I think I'll make a pretty good, interesting video to show you how PBO actually works and what kind of performance boost it'll actually give you. That's going to be this week's video. Coming up here, actually 5 days from now, on this Thursday coming up, this is going to affect the channel somewhat, I'm assuming. That's why I'm bringing it up. On the 25th, I go into the doctor's. They're going to do a wellness check on me to see if my body can handle it or not. But they want to start replacing my hips. I got a hip replacement on my left leg coming up. That's going to be the first one they're going to do. And then once they heal up from it, they're going to do the hip replacement on the right one. Come the 25th, I'll go in for wellness check, make sure my body can handle that kind of operation. Which I don't think there's going to be any reason why I can't. You know, I quit smoking over a week ago, so the nicotine's out of my system and whatnot. As long as my heart, my lungs, and everything checks out good, I should be good to go. I'm looking at, you know, having that operation done. I'm looking to be out of work for 6 to 8 weeks, you know. In my mind, I said, great, you know, it's more time to spend on my YouTube. But it depends on the pain level and whatnot. You know, within that 6 to 8 weeks that I'm off from work, you know, am I going to be able to sit here in the chair and do videos? Am I going to be able to come in here and build computers? Can I do the overclocking? Can I do, you know, what needs to be done while I'm going through the recovery process? So, you know, that may be something coming up affecting the channel. The uploads may not be quite as what you're used to. The live streams may not be what you're used to. Maxter 1878, hope it goes well, Dave. Good job on the smoking. Well, thank you, Maxter, appreciate that. I'm sure it's going to all end up good, but I'm just not sure on how it's going to affect the upload schedule. You know, I normally upload every day, every week, Wednesday, on Wednesday mornings. I've never actually announced it, but if you go back and watch the channel, it's usually my uploads is every week on Wednesdays. Sometimes Thursdays, but usually on Wednesdays. And I do the live stream every weekend. You know, while I'm going back, you know, while I'm recovering from this or whatnot, you know, like I said, I gotta go through the wellness check, make sure my body can handle the operations. And once I have the operation, I'm looking at 6 to 8 weeks down, at least away from my full-time job. And I'm not too sure on how this is going to affect the channel and my upload schedule. I'm hoping within that 6 to 8 weeks, I'm still in my right mind and control the pain enough to where I can at least get, hopefully, some extra videos put out. If not, at least keep up with them, with what you guys are used to here on the channel. So yeah, just keep that in mind. You know, like I said, this Thursday I'll go into the doctor's and find out if my body can handle the operations and whatnot. Hopefully by then I'll have a little bit more information by next week's live stream. on how it's going to happen and how my body's going to react, hopefully. Aspen Dixon, best wishes for your treatment, Dave. God bless. Well, thank you, Aspen. Appreciate that, buddy. But you know, even through that 6 to 8 weeks, like I said, you know, I'm hoping to get some extra videos put out. I'm hoping to maybe do some extra live streams, you know, something to help grow the community, help grow the channel. You know, because this is what I do when I'm not working. Like I said, you know, it depends on the pain level, how long I can actually sit, how long, you know, I've never been through nothing like this, so I'm not too sure on how this is going to affect, but I plan on pushing forward through the pain like always. I push through the sickness, you know. I want to make this YouTube thing work for me. Hopefully after the 25th, by next weekend, I should have a good idea how this is going to work for me. I'm hoping I can give you guys a good update on it and give you a little bit better of an idea of what to expect within that 2 months that I'm going to be down from for recovery time. I'm hoping it don't take me that long to recover from it, but you know, it is what it is, and I'll deal with it as it comes. I'm hoping it gives me some extra time so I can push out some extra videos for the channel and whatnot to help it grow. We'll see how that goes, but that is going to affect the channel. It's going to affect the upload schedule. That's going to affect the live streams, you know. But we'll have to see how it does. Aspen Dixon, don't worry on the uploads. Your health is priority. Take care. Yeah, my health is pretty important. I mean, but I also worry about the uploads too. You know, I do a lot without sleep. I do a lot without spending time with who I should be spending time with to make this YouTube thing happen. And I ain't going to stop. I enjoy what I do, you know. But it's going to happen. I'm going to try to keep on track with it. We'll see how it happens. But if it does slack off here in the next couple months, that's going to be why. Of course, on Saturday mornings, I'll be here. May not be on time, or maybe, hell, it may help, because I'll be a little bit goofy, or maybe. But we'll see how it goes. You know, just to keep you guys kind of in the loop on what's going on with the channel and what's going to be happening, you know. But I think that's going to pretty well wrap it up for today, guys. I got some extra Budweisers to drink today, being my birthday and all. I want to thank y'all for watching the videos, sharing the videos, all the new subscribers this week. Welcome into the community. I hope to put out some more videos that you found useful or at least entertaining. Aspen Dixon, hope your GF will be by your side doing this. Oh yeah, she'll baby me. She's already got plans to take off from work and whatnot and be with me as much as she can, and it'll help me out financially as much as possible. You know, she's real supportive through all this. And once they do the one hip replacement, actually once they heal up from it, they want to do the second hip replacement on the other side. But she's very supportive of it. She's very standing of it. You know, she knows what's, you know, I hope I ain't too much of a burden on her for doing this, you know. But it's something that has to be done. It's about time. I pushed it off about 10 years. They was wanting to do it about 10 years ago. Of course, back then I was in an office. I was dispatching trucks instead of driving. And over the last couple of years, I've been back to driving. And it's just too much on my legs. My legs just can't handle it. Of course, 2011, I lost my CDL because of this. And it's just gotten too much to where all I do is work and I come home and I don't do nothing else. You know, it takes a lot out of me just to hold down a full-time job. So it's time to ask for a little bit of extra help and to get me back to actually living a life instead of just working all the time. So yeah, I think it's about time. And my girlfriend, fiance, you know, she's very supportive of it. She's gonna be here with me. She's gonna go through it all with me. So yeah, we'll be alright. Undertaker had a hip replacement too. The Undertaker had a hip replacement too. Huh, imagine that. Yeah, I guess, you know, it's pretty common nowadays. Talking to the doctor, they said it's going to be a one-day operation. They say I'll walk in that morning, I'll walk out that evening. You know, within 2 months I'll be back to work. You know, apparently it ain't that big of a deal anymore than what it used to be. But, you know, like I say, you know, why I bring it up, I don't want pity, I don't want sorry, you know, I just, if my upload schedule and my streams suffer a little bit because of that's what's going on with me, you know, I like to keep you all in the loop on what's going on. But time will tell how it's going to play out here by the time it's all said and done. But we talked about the topics today, and we also went through the questions and comments. Like I said, this is my birthday. You know, got a few extra beers to drink. I think we'll get outside on the porch. It should be pretty nice outside by now. It's a little chilly this morning, but it's almost noon now, so it should be pretty nice to get out there and let the dogs run the yard and enjoy me a cold beer and just kind of relax for a little bit. So I think I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to call it a wrap for the live stream. I want to thank y'all that watch the videos. I'm going to thank y'all that subscribe. I'm going to thank y'all for the comments. All the direct support that I get from like MT Coiner. He's pretty good about coming in every weekend and direct support. Appreciate that. Do continue with the exercises your doctor suggests. Yeah, I'm going to stick with what they say. I mean, you know, they've been through this a lot of times. I've seen a lot of people go through this kind of stuff. I figure they know best. I will definitely stick with what the doctor says. Massacre 1878. Enjoy the rest of your birthday. Will do, buddy. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. But I'm gonna get out of here for today. If you like this kind of content, make sure you give me a thumbs up. If not, give me a thumbs down. There's a comment section below. I go through them every weekend on my live show here Saturday morning, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. If you really like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell where you're notified next time I go live or put out a video here on YouTube. Also, I'm on Instagram and Twitter. I don't kill your inbox, but I do put up photos of new stuff I have coming in. Give you an idea what's coming up on the channel. If there's any news about my live stream that got canceled or changed the time on it, that's where you get that information from. And with all that being said, you all have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video or live stream.